What's everybody's name? I think we've gotten to the point where I should know y'all names.
I'm C.L. Brown.
C.L. Brown.
Andrew Jones.
I know Ross Martin. I do know you.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith. Taylor. I remember you. I did a whole 50-minute interview. All right, let's go.
So you had the forced fumble strip. You kept the player in bounds there late in the fourth quarter, kind of rushed the offense. What's it about you, these big plays? I mean, last year, the Miami interception. I mean, what is it about you and Miami big plays? And how do you think that's kind of represented this defense?
I just go out there and play hard every snap. I pride myself on being an intelligent football player, having some football awareness. So that just kind of speaks to the tackle I made on the sideline, trying to keep the guy in bounds. I knew that they were trying to get in bounds. They were trying to do it the whole game. They were doing it before halftime. So just having that awareness to try to keep them in bounds, to keep that clock running, was just kind of what I was thinking. And on a forced fumble, I mean, hey, you play hard, sometimes good things happen. And, that's just kind of what happened on that play. I was able to knock the ball out, and teammates was there to recover it.
What does a game like this do for the defense, especially coming off of Virginia Tech, your performance then? You guys had the goal line stand, 2 takeaways, a couple more times where turnover on downs. How does that all collectively add up?
Yeah, I think we put a premium on improving our defense and executing, and because we got guys, we're talented. I mean, I think we all know that we're a talented bunch. It's really just about executing and playing to our fullest potential, and we do that. I mean, the team's going to have a hard time scoring on us, and that's kind of what happened. We got down to that goal line, and that was really just nothing but passion. I mean, the D-line got a great push. Linebackers were filling holes. And then on the last play, Noah Taylor did a great job of great coaching, of having him, kind of lock on that tight end, and they tried to get the throwback pass. I mean, it was just awesome to see us kind of bow up there at the goal line. That was definitely great.
But there were a lot of other times you're giving up yards, but you're still getting off the field. So even when you do give up a couple first downs on a drive and some big plays, when you're able to get the stop and get off, what does that do collectively for the confidence where you don't get into panic mode knowing that, gosh, they start getting on a roll, they're going to end up scoring, but it's not happening now?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the coaches and even some of the leaders on the team have done a great job with, the drive isn't over until it's over, So, whether they get a first down on a 3rd and 20 or a 3rd and 1, we got to keep going because it's a new set of downs and the game ain't over. So we just kept going, just kept fighting hard. That's one thing I can say about this defense. We might not be perfect, but we fight. We fight every game, and I'm really very, very proud of that.
What happened to you went out for a few plays?
I got hit in the private area.
Y'all held them to 7 yards rushing in the second half. I had to refresh the stat page to make sure that was right. What is that? That's, even though they did give up some yards through the air, 7 yards rushing, that's huge. What do you think led to that?
Yeah, I think what led to that, honestly, they couldn't run the ball in the first half. We started off the game early. They could not run the ball on us, really at all. And we kind of just took their run game away. And as the game went on and on, even in the second quarter, I felt like they passed the ball a lot. So it became a very pass-heavy game. But, that's what happens when you just stop the run. And the offense does a great job of getting ahead as well. It kind of turns into a passing game for them.
Cedric, did you, on the fumble on the 4th and 1 that you forced, did you try to punch that out? You said, sometimes good things happen. I didn't know if you did.
I wouldn't say it was intentional, but I will say he had the ball on this hand. And, when I was tackling, I definitely came in with a little kind of a punch. It's 4th and 1, so you got to meet force with force. And just happened to got my hand on the ball, and it popped out.
How is the defense collectively different now than it was a couple weeks ago?
I think the biggest thing, which is executing better, communicating better. I think another thing, we're not getting down when bad things happen. We're regrouping and finding out what we got to do to fix, whatever problem or whatever, how they're trying to expose us. And I think that's made a really big difference in the defense because, like I said, we always had the talent. We always had the effort. It was just about executing and getting the mental part of the game down.
And it appears that some guys are stepping up and making plays. Tony had a couple today, DeAndre had a couple. It seemed like everybody kind of, at different times, stepped up and made a play.
Yep.
When you're getting that, is that sort of a sign that everybody's kind of coming to a common place?
Yeah, that's definitely a sign that everybody's coming to a common place. Coach Chiz says this thing, the star of the defense is the defense, which means we have to play as a whole, as a whole defense. It's not no one individual man, because they're going to attack us in many different ways. And we all, when our opportunity is there to make a play or make a stop, we got to make it. And so seeing that with the talented guys that we have was very good today.
Is DeAndre, is his confidence, maybe it's not confidence, but he's just sort of blossoming, it seems like, each week. Like, when you think about him and just how he's growing, like, what comes to mind just about the way he's playing? And it seems like he's improving every week.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I got to say, dude is a dog. He is a junkyard dog. He's one of the most physical DBs I've ever seen. Plays with high energy, high effort, has a high motor. But not only that, he has a love for the game, and he's improving every week. And he's also one of those guys who've been improving his football intelligence a lot. He's been in a film room heavy. Me, him, and Power are kind of pretty close. We've been watching film together a lot, like after school, after practice, things like that. So I definitely see that stuff kind of transitioning to the field for him.
So taking him under your wing a little bit, maybe, you and Power.
I wouldn't say taking him under my wing. I think he wants to be great. I mean, there's times that he hits me up like, hey, let's go watch some film together and stuff like that. Like, we have Portuguese class together. Sometimes we'll watch film right before we go to Portuguese class together, whether it's 10, 15 minutes just to get something in and talk about stuff, whatever it is.
Got a trip planned to Brazil or something once you study? What was the huddle like when you guys went back on the field after Drake throws the interception to start the second half?
There really wasn't much of a huddle. It was a quick turnaround. Defense had to get back on the field, but I mean, we talked to our guys the whole game. We try to motivate them, throughout the game. As far as a player, me and Power, on that sideline, we try to keep guys animated. So I think just doing that was probably the key to that.
Yeah, how big do you feel like that stop was just in terms of momentum for the game? Because Miami closed out that first half strong, and then they got the ball right back.
Right. It was definitely a huge stop. Like you said, it was a key moment in the game, and that's what we really needed. We needed to stop there.
Cedric, how does ACC Coastal Division leader sound to you? I mean, with the results of today, I know we're early here, but there's nobody. You guys are in first place all alone right now at the moment. How does that sound to you?
I mean, it sounds good. I mean, we got a lot more football to play, 6 more ACC games to play, but it's going to be a long journey for us. But it definitely is something that we can feel happy about, and definitely can build off looking forward.
How about with the 3-0 on the road, with the defense making a play basically at the end of each game?
Yeah, that's definitely something exciting to hear, considering we were 0-8 previous to this year on the road, on the last 8 road games. So starting off the year 3-0 on the road is definitely big, and it's definitely something we can hang our hat on and be happy about and continue to do.